Hi everyone, Courtney Snow, the founder of the Ohio Kentucky Mom Collectives, and it is time for our annual Destin trip and review. We are so thankful that we have been going down here now for 3 years, and it just gets better every time. So first, we're going to talk about travel, because the first time that we went, we road tripped, and then last year we took Allegiant, and it was a great experience. So we took Allegiant down this time. Highly recommend using them to get into Destin. They have direct airports going right in and out of Cincinnati or Louisville, Kentucky, and you can even book your rental car right through the app. It's a really seamless process, especially down at the airport. It is a Air Force base that the airport is on, so just be mindful that the security and some of the luggage inspection stuff can be a little more strict than your average airport, but it is a really fun experience walking right off of the plane, going into their cute terminal, and then you're just right outside in the Florida air. So that is the two ways, road tripping it or flying with Allegiant, that we recommend to go. Now for accommodations. We love Newman-Dailey, if you haven't noticed, and we are so grateful that they help sponsor our trip every year, and they take really good care of us, and they take care of their guests no matter how you are getting down there and what properties of theirs that you stay at. So we have stayed in a couple different parts of Destin before, but this year Newman-Dailey recommended that we stay on the Miramar Beach side, since we hadn't enjoyed that part of the Emerald Coast, and we stayed at Mediterranea in 410D. It is recently and beautifully renovated. It had 2 bedrooms. It sleeps up to 6 guests with the sofa bed that's in the living room. There are 2.5 baths. Which means that all 3 of us that went this year, we each had our own toilet, which if you have ever grown up in a big family like my husband and I have, you know the importance of that. There's 1 tub in the queen bedroom, and then more like the master suite, the king, has a big walk-in shower. It's a pretty luxurious bathroom, a separate toilet room, big bench in there, places to hang all the towels, double vanity. Everything felt just really stylish, really welcoming, but also kind of had that elevated feel to it. We also love that there's a washer and dryer in the unit right when you walk in across from the half bath, and there were a ton of beach towels in there that we got to use all week. So they have really made sure that this property has all the essentials that you need, from the dishwasher packs to the laundry packs and other cleaning stuff, extra trash bags for our stay, salt and pepper. Just little touches like that make a huge difference when you've got a family staying in one of these rental properties. It was a very sophisticated feel. We had Gulf view balconies from both bedrooms and the living room. We got gorgeous views both during the day, and at night was just stunning. And Newman-Dailey always provides a welcome kit with some essentials you need for your stay, along with some fun branded surprises, like we've gotten wine, bread, mints. I love cozies for the sodas, stuff like that. We've got a lot of fun Newman-Dailey swag from over the years. But if you make sure to book your stay with them for your next Emerald Coast getaway, they will take just good care of you. Go to destinvacation.com, and we could walk from the property right across the street to the beach. We really fell in love with Mediterranea, especially by the end of our week there. They've got seasonal beach service, so we got an umbrella, got a couple chairs, and we were the biggest beach bums for the whole week. We wanted to do a whole bunch of other activities, but then we really just fell in love with the experience of sitting on the ocean, listening to the waves. We read, we listened to music, we went and played out in the waves and walked around. We watched the cute little sandpipers just darting in and out of the tide as it was coming in and out. It was such a relaxing and fun experience. We're just really thankful to have spent the time down there, and we did not want to come back. There was one night that my hubby and I took a sunset stroll all along the beach. We let the tide just come up and come on our feet and wash back out, and just held hands and enjoyed watching the sun go down, and just really got a chance to reconnect with the beauty of nature and just the sound of the ocean, and it was just really, really peaceful and recharging, and it was the highlight of the parents' part of the trip for sure. The community also has a pool and a hot tub, so if you don't want to be out in the ocean, we did spend part of one day hanging by the pool, went down to the hot tub one night to enjoy that. It is a gated community, and you get 2 parking spaces, so you get a reserved spot in the garage near whatever your elevator is, and then you also get an uncovered spot that's available for you. We did like just the little touches that make a huge difference. The food and luggage carts that they had available by every elevator was really great to be able to load everything from the car, or we got grocery delivery a couple times to just have it dropped off right there in the garage by the elevator, and then we just took it up, rolled it down to our condo, took it in, and then went and took those carts back down. It was really, really convenient. Another favorite part of Mediterranea and the unit that we were in was they had a great full kitchen, and we were able to cook in that every day. We did breakfasts, some lunches, a couple dinners that we cooked in there. Did things that were a little more elaborate, or just did simple stuff like pizza, and had mentioned that we got the grocery delivery a couple times, so it was great. We got the fridge and the pantry stocked up for the week, and tried to plan around the food that we knew that we wanted to get out, and then also what we planned to eat while we were staying in, and then did our best not to waste too much of it, but we did end up having to get a second grocery order just to fill in some stuff, because some of the things we went through faster than we thought we would, but it's always that delicate balance. We were able to eat at the gorgeous dining room table they had. We ate some like breakfast, or I had my coffee out on the big balconies, and it was just such a great way to start the days. And the night before that we left, actually made our final breakfast for the next morning ahead of time, and then we put it in to-go containers, and then we just heated those up. They were microwavable ones the next morning before we headed out, and I'm really glad that we did that because it saved a lot of stress. We got most of like the big heavy cleanup of the kitchen that we needed to get done that night before, and then it was easy just to heat up our breakfast, throw the rest of the stuff, get the dishwasher running, and get out of there, and then enjoy some time out and about before we had to catch our plane. But we will definitely be doing that again next time, because trying to cook breakfast for everybody while you're still trying to like clean up and get out before checkout time in the morning can be chaotic. So that was fun. And one of the favorite little surprises in their renovated kitchen is that the freezer down below had a craft ice bin, and they are super bougie. They even had the great glasses up in the cabinets, and so we were putting our Pepsi Zero on it all week and just dropping in the big craft ice cubes and watching it fizz over on the fancy glasses, and our daughter made fun of us, but the parents really enjoyed the fancy craft ice. So if that's something that you're into, it is a fun little perk of this condo. But we did not just eat while we were in there. We had to go back to our original crab trap that we went to the first time we came down, and the family had to get the green egg smoked tuna. So that is become the first place that we stop for dinner when we get into town, and it did not disappoint. They have got the best Beyond Burger because I'm vegetarian. The way that they season it up and the remoulade sauce that I always get on the side for it was perfection like usual. They have my favorite key lime pie to get while I'm down in Florida, and it's just an annual tradition that has become a good time for us. And last year we had gone to Aegean, and it was a Greek restaurant we had seen on the way to the airport, so we had stopped there, which was really good. We discovered that they had opened a newer one right down the street from our condo this year, so we had to check it out. I will say, do not get their potatoes. Those were horrible. But their french fries are great. The hummus, like everything else on the menu is delicious. It's a really cute spot. So definitely go there. And then another new spot that we found and tried out this year was Tele Thai Cuisine. Gorgeous presentation, great service, delicious food. I got a tofu satay that I'd never seen before, and their sauces they make are homemade. It was just really good quality. We definitely want to go back when we come next year. And then I'd never had rolled ice cream, even though apparently the rest of the family had. So we did have a spot that we could just walk right from the condo over to, and so we had gotten some smoothies, and I got to watch them make the rolled ice cream. So that was a fun experience. And Newman-Dailey also coordinated a couple new restaurants for us to try. So we went over to Fuddpuckers, which a couple years ago we had been like near there because we went to the arcade that's adjacent to their building, and we spent some time looking at the gators at Gator Beach, and then also a couple things that Fuddpuckers is known for is their t-shirts with really hilarious sayings. My stepmom still wears hers all the time that she got last time, and then also signing your names on their walls. So there is just signatures and Sharpie and everything all over the walls inside and outside, and so we made sure to find our names and then sign new ones for 2026 on there when we were there. So Fuddpuckers promises food, fun, and gators. I can say that we got all three. It was nice and slow that evening at Gator Beach, so I got some gator bait and got to feed the baby gators. It was so much fun, like watching them all go after climbing on top of each other and like trying to get to their little treats. And then the last time I had held a baby gator was when we were down in the Everglades when I was my daughter's age, and so I got the chance to hold this sweet little wiggly Liam and get my picture with his little cute baby gator self, and just had some fun memories doing that. And then actually went into Fuddpuckers to eat for the very first time, and their dirty sodas were a lot of fun. They put little plastic gators on top, and I made sure to like clean them off and take them home with us for the memories. Their portions are absolutely huge. It's definitely stuff to share. The apps, the seafood, the ribeye, everything was fabulous. They had good service, and we got to make a bunch of memories together. So really thankful that Newman-Dailey connected us with them for that dinner. And then the other one that we got to do was the surf hut. We'd heard really great things about it from one of our former team members. They had raved about it, but we hadn't been there. And it's down on the Miramar Beach side near where we were staying. So it was kind of perfect. But the service was fantastic. We had so much fun with our servers, CJ and Theo. The manager on duty, TJ, he took really good care of us. They're apparently known for their cheese pull on the mozzarella. It did not disappoint. And then something new they had there, like at least new to me, that we hadn't tried anywhere else, was fried sweet pickles. And then they served it with like a slightly spicy sauce that had a little bit of a kick. And I love sweet and spicy, especially when it comes to pickles. So I was a big fan of that. That alone will make me want to go back there. The Parmesan cheese grits, you can get them with shrimp. I can't eat shrimp. I heard they're really good, but just the Parmesan cheese grits by themselves were really, really good. That was another one of my faves from that dinner. The hubby and the kiddo, they were geeked to try Surf Hut's version of the green egg smoked tuna, and they loved it. Theirs they serve with saltine crackers and cucumbers. Addie loved having the sliced cucumbers with her tuna. So they said they would definitely get that again. The restaurant's right on the beach, so you can watch the sunset while you eat dinner. They've got cornhole set up that you can play. You can take a stroll right down onto the beach. It is idyllic out there. So that was one other wonderful evening. Now, some things to do while you're down there. Shopping, we went to Silver Sands Premium Outlet again, like we did a couple years ago. New for us this year was going to Destin Commons. We'd heard really amazing things about it, and it is the perfect outdoor malls for families. They had a play area, a splash pad. They've got restaurants, a movie theater, a fun selfie spots. I got to add to my tradition of putting my head in random sharks' mouths and get more pictures of that. We ended up going there because Addie wanted a Pandora charm from Florida to remember the trip by. And they actually had a Florida one and then two different Destin ones. So she picked out one, and she got to use the money that one of her grandmothers gave her for spending money and get that little souvenir. But we couldn't be in Destin without going to at least a couple Alvin's stores. We always find affordable, really great quality souvenirs there. We got some new t-shirts this time and brought some back for some neighbors and friends and family, and we highly recommend going to Alvin's if you just need some cool souvenirs. Mediterranea, they had a book for guests to sign in, which I love when they do that, and so by the end of our week that we were there, made sure to sign it. They had a prompt for leaving a message for the host, our favorite memory or highlights, and places we recommend for food and entertainment. And we love the Gulfarium as far as entertainment, so I had to write that down for future guests that stay there. And we love Get Out Pass in Ohio and Kentucky. It used to be Pogo Pass and Get Out Pass, if you've ever heard us talk about those, but they have recently merged, and it has made for an even better pass experience all over the country. We found out that they have a Florida Emerald Coast one, and we looked at it, and the Gulfarium's on there. They have the option you can upgrade to get like the Kahuna Water Park, and there's tons of stuff to do for all ages, but it's a great value, and you can do all sorts of family activities for a really, really affordable value. We have some codes that we'll put up so you can get an extra $5 off of whatever the current lowest price is, but you go to getout.com and get that. You get to use it for a whole year. They also have huge sidewalks through most of Destin and Miramar Beach, but we're really thankful that Mediterranea has those big wide sidewalks right in front, and it runs parallel to the ocean, and it goes for miles. And so we saw lots of families walking, doing bike riding, roller skating. One of our favorite traditions has become getting e-bikes from Emerald Coast e-bike. So we did some daytime riding, which is a little bit busier, watching out for more cars and people and everything, but our nighttime rides are our absolute favorites. We love that they deliver, they pick up for you if you need. We found their actual headquarters right there in Miramar Beach, was not too far down the street from where our condo was. We were like, there's Emerald Coast e-bike sign. We know that logo. Our bikes this time, mine had a fun basket, which they've got on some of them now, and it was my favorite color. They give you the bike chains for them. You can get helmets if you need them. They also give you chargers if you have it for a longer period of time, like we had ours for a few days. The charges do last really, really long time, but it's nice that they provide the chargers if you need them. We can still say with confidence that we highly recommend Emerald Coast e-bikes when you go down there, and they even offer some golf carts now, which is a huge thing down in Destin. So you can get e-bikes from them, or you can get golf carts. Definitely check them out. Besides the malls that are really great for teens, some other things for the teens to do. We actually got in touch with Newman-Dailey before we went down. They shared one of their blog posts with us, the top 8 Destin hangout spots for teenagers, gave some really great recommendations for us and those of you that have big kids. We've done a lot of these. We did some of the new ones, like I said, like the malls, but the one that we thought was super cool from the list was Fudpucker's Tuesday Teen Night. Entry is only $20. Anyone between 13 to 17 enjoys a night of prize-winning competitions, hanging out with friends, and staying safe while having a blast. They do it on Tuesdays between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., but make sure to check with the restaurant before you try to go down when you plan your next trip, just to make sure that they're still doing it. But there's just so many options for the little kids as well as our teens. And going back to Get Out Florida Emerald Coast Pass, it's got tons of attractions for all ages, but especially they've got some like bowling and the zoo down there, the science center, the Gulfarium, like we had mentioned. So that's a good one too if you want to do more activities and not just be beach bums the whole time. So final thoughts for 2026. We've traveled literally all over the world, and Destin's pristine beaches, the perfect soft white sand, the tri-colored water of the Emerald Coast that just changes from those blues to those greens. It is still our favorite probably that we have seen anywhere. So if we want to be on the beach, Destin is it. There's always something new to try down there. The entertainment that's going on, there's live music. Another great thing about Newman-Dailey is that they will give you recommendations for what is happening happening locally, especially like free concerts and stuff that you can take advantage of. And there's always new restaurants to try, like we said. So you can eat so much while you're down there, and it is all so good. We've taken something special away from each of our trips. We hope that you can look back at our recaps from the last couple years or from this year and see whatever age stage your family is in, that you're able to plan a really fabulous trip for you and your family. So the 3 biggest tips we can give you are, number 1, to book your stay with Newman-Dailey. They have got the best service. They got 24/7 concierge. They really know the area. They put the guests first, and they don't just do it for us. They do it for everybody. So you should definitely use them. Go to destinvacation.com. And then number 2, get the Get Out Florida Emerald Coast Pass. It's going to give you that full year. So if you go down to Destin, once, you'll still get a value out of it because of all the different attractions that are on there. Or if you plan your trips so that you are coming twice within a 12-month span, you can make sure to use it again. They've got, so many different attractions, and plus they've given us a code that you can use to get an extra $5 off each pass. And then our 3rd tip would be, whatever you are doing, whatever your budget, make sure that you are focusing on having fun with your family and making those memories. Time flies by so quickly. Your destination awaits you in Destin, and we cannot wait for all the memories that you will make with your family. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this content, make sure to click the like button, share with a friend, and hit the bell to subscribe and be notified when we have new stuff to share. Doesn't cost anything, so why not? Scan the QR code to be taken to our site and see all the new stuff that we put out every week.